This podcast is brought to you by Contessa Digital.
Welcome to Confidently Cherished. I'm Keshia Rice. I am a dating coach and hypnotherapist who helps ambitious women learn how to heal their unhealthy relationship patterns and learn how to create healthy, cherished relationships. And since this is our first episode of 2024, I wanted to start the year off right by talking a little bit about discernment and talking about using your head when it comes to knowing whether or not someone really wants to be in a relationship with you. So we're going to talk about 5 signs that a person is emotionally unavailable to be in a relationship with you. But first, I want to give you a quick reminder that when a person truly cares about you, they don't leave room for confusion. And we're going to get to that point again in a few minutes. But what this means is not only do they communicate, but if necessary, they over-communicate because they don't want to leave room for misunderstandings. And not only that, they're not going to leave you or ghost you or make you feel guilty about you did something and this one thing you did has now screwed up the entire relationship. When someone truly wants to be with you, you can't just scare them off with one little thing. They will work to stay in the relationship with you. They will make you feel loved, and they will put forth a solid effort. They're not going to make you feel like you have to constantly earn the right to be in a relationship with them. And this doesn't mean that, don't take this as from someone on the other side when I say that you can't scare someone who truly wants to be in a relationship with you. Don't take that as if someone is going out of their way to be a jerk and you think you love them because you're trauma bonded, that you're like, well, I'm not just going to let them scare me off because of one little thing. There's a matter of one misunderstanding, and then there's someone clearly disrespects your boundaries and standards and all of that. Please know the difference. But again, when someone wants to be in a relationship with you, they are clear about it and they communicate. And when minor issues come up, they work through those things. So with that being said, let's get into these 5 signs that someone is emotionally unavailable. Number 1 is they're unavailable. I know that sounds flippant, but what I mean is this person is absent or they disappear whenever you need them. So whether that is they're just physically absent, they physically make themselves scarce, or whether they're just emotionally not there. An unavailable person makes themselves unavailable in the relationship. And I know this sounds obvious, but how I often see this play out with my clients is I'm coaching clients in my Confidently Cherished program, which is a one-on-one coaching program. And they'll tell me that they really like someone. But they're not sure how this person feels about them because the person is always busy whenever they want to have a conversation or whenever they've had a bad day. But they tell me, oh, well, yeah, they're busy, but they told me that work is a lot. Work is so stressful, or they have so many things going on with their family, or they have this happening right now. And yes, I get that we all have lives. you yourself are an ambitious woman. You have a career, you have friends, you have family, but people make time for the things that they care about. So when a person is consistently not around when you need them, take that as a hint. You've probably heard the saying before that if someone decides to ghost you, respect the dead and move on. People can ghost you and still be in a relationship with you. They can still be around when it is fun and convenient for them. And then when, it comes time to actually relate and do the work in a relationship and be around and be supportive, then they're suspiciously not around. Number 2 is this person is passive. So there's never a lot of like active participation in the relationship. Is I don't know, whatever you want. Sure, that sounds good. But they allow you to take the reins and they don't seem to care what decisions are made, or they're constantly withdrawing. So back to this idea of them not being available in point 1, maybe they are active when you guys are doing something fun, you're going to the movies or the museum or a cool restaurant or whatever. But when it comes to actually talking about feelings, they withdraw. When it comes to having a tough conversation, they withdraw. When it comes to anything that's not the fun stuff, they withdraw. Number 3 is they are inconsistent. When I say this, I think of the Katy Perry song, Hot and Cold, right? So, all of these feed into each other, these points that I'm making. And you see this so often in relationships that everything is passionate 1 minute, and it can be passionate good or bad. So there's the passionate, you're having fun, you're having a great time together. There's the passion of if this relationship is sexually intimate, that there's even the passion of arguing and having these big fights, but then the next minute they seem to give no F's about anything, right? They're cold when you're spending time together doing something that should be fun. The intimacy is lackluster. The arguments aren't arguments because it's you talking and talking about the issues and them just being like, yeah, whatever. And they're in their withdrawal mode. If someone is consistently hot and cold like that, they are not ready to be in a relationship, or they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Number 5 is this person, or number 4 is this person can't or won't answer important questions to you. So back to the point that I made at the very beginning of this episode, when a person cares about you, they will make you feel safe. They will put forth the effort to communicate with you, to over communicate if necessary. So if you have questions about future plans in this relationship, or you have questions about how they're feeling about the progress in this relationship, if you have questions about they seem upset and you genuinely want to be there for them and support them, and they refuse to give you any type of answer to the question, or they won't give you answers, or if you're expressing your feelings and being vulnerable in the relationship and they can't reciprocate, this is a person who is emotionally available either because they won't answer the questions because they don't care enough about you to make you feel calm, to make you feel assured and validated in the relationship, or they can't because they have no handle on their own emotions, so they can't express those to other people, which still makes them unavailable to be in a relationship. And number 5 is this person makes you feel emotionally unsafe, or they fill you with doubt and confusion, because every other point I've made leads up to that one. Healthy relationships have safety to them. This is one of the reasons why I knew I wanted to be with my husband, right? And I explained this in another recent episode, In fact, I think because we were on break last week, I think it was the last episode, is an interview with Keshia Pert, who is at Your Dating Bestie on TikTok. And Keshia and I were talking about how in both of our cases, when we met the right man for us, it wasn't a matter of being swept off our feet. It was a matter of feeling consistent, safe, knowing where we stood with this person, and knowing, not just thinking, not just constantly wondering, I wonder if he likes me, I wonder if he cares, but having that knowing that he truly wanted to be in the relationship, that he truly loved us and truly cared. When you are with someone who has your best interest at heart, they want you to feel safe. They want you to feel loved and taken care of. And because of that, they will go out of their way to ease your doubts and to not have you feeling confused in the relationship. If you are confused, it is a sign that 1, you are with someone who's emotionally unavailable, and 2, it is a sign that you have not met the right person yet. Because again, when you are with the right person, there is a safety and feeling of fittedness, like puzzle pieces that go together. When you don't have that, you are not in the right relationship. And yes, it could be on your side. It could be that you are the one who is not available to be in a relationship yet. Sometimes you want to check this. If you are consistently in relationships where you are with people who are emotionally unavailable, then I'd like to challenge you to consider that maybe you keep attracting emotionally unavailable people because you yourself are also emotionally unavailable. But healthy relationships equal safety. If you take nothing else, please take that. Healthy relationships equal safety. And if you don't have safety, you are not in a relationship where both of you are available. So let me know, what are some other signs that you've noticed in your past that you've learned from that a relationship is not a healthy, safe relationship to be in, or that you are with someone who is not available to be in the type of relationship that you need. You can message me on social media. I'm at Keshia Rice, Keshia, Rice, Rice, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And also, again, this is the first episode of 2024, so what questions do you have? What things would you like me to tackle this year as far as dating and relationships? And even if you would like for me to maybe set up some type of inbox or voice box specifically for your questions, I would definitely consider that. So let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Love you. Bye. Hey there. So you made it all the way to the end of the episode, which means I have 2 things to say. 1, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And 2, you like me. You really like me. So I would appreciate it if you would show that like by subscribing to this podcast so that more people can hear about it and enjoy it as much as you do. And if you want to know more about any of the links that I mentioned on this episode or any guests that I've had, be sure to go to KeshiaRice.com/links. That's KeshiaRice.com/links. I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode. So see you then.